Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the world. Now in my last video I showed you how I'd taken this window envelope and just put a frame in the window. So now what I'm going to do is to try and finish decorating it up a little bit more. Now I've got my cover, and so I know that as this is going to be part of my signature, I'm going to go sort of through the middle here. I decided that I need to trim this down a little bit to make sure it fits in. So my cover is 8.5 inches, and I wanted to have my signature 8 inches so that I would have a bit of a top and bottom on the cover. So if I get my trimmer, I'm going to cut this down to 8.5 inches. 8.5. So I'm just going to lose a bit of it there. Now, I'm deliberately leaving all of the sort of ratty bits here. I'm going to just tear this bit off though, but I'm going to leave it all ratty. So that will fit in to okay, so I did it 8.5 and it needs to be 8. Okay, so, okay, Cindy. There we go, let's see. So that will fit in lovely, and I'll have a nice little border, top and bottom, to keep all my pages straight. So that is my first bit. Then I found some papers. Now these are single-sided papers that I have had in my stash forever. And so I've got one here that's kind of got a stripe, that's got a lovely swirly design in there. Then I've got two of these with a swirly, and then this one, it's almost like being tea dyed. And you know, I think I'm going to use this as a page in my journal. So let's just, so I didn't plan to do this, but let's see. So that's 12. So if it needs to be, thinking. So it needs to be, this is 10, just 11. That's just 11 inches. So if I want 11 inches, so if I want 1/4 of an inch around there again, this piece needs to be 10.5. So let's see if the math is working well. So 10.5. And we fold that in half, like that. And wacko, I have got me another page. So what I will probably do, but I won't do it all the way round at the moment, is I'm gonna sponge my edges like that. And then I'm gonna do something inside or on the blank pages in here. So that will be something that we'll do together on my next video. But I have got some nice pages. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So that's good. All right. So back to the original plan. We're going I'm going to take a piece here, and that needs to be about 4.5. 4.5. So I'm going to make a mark and make a mark at 4.5. And then I'm gonna attempt to rip it. Where's my mark? There it is. And down the bottom. There. So let's there we go. So there's that piece. So I can attach that to there. And I'm going to maybe try and lift this bit up a little bit, but not too, no, I don't think I will. I'm just going to rip the top here, just take a tiny little bit off the top, just so I've got a nice rippy bit. Because again, I learnt watching various people. Jez from Nigezza Creates has been a bit of a inspiration to me. So this can go here like that. And then I'm going to attach. Oh, I think I need to do it the other way, because I've got a bit of a direction on this. So let's go in the direction. There we go. So if I butt that up against there and use some adhesive. So this is just ordinary liquid adhesive that I use in my card making. If you follow me on YouTube, you perhaps come across my videos, and I like to use liquid adhesive. I just find it gives me a little bit more control over my paper. Right. Now then, the whole point, from what I understand, for junk journals is that you're looking for sort of almost like shabby chicness, and that is a style of card crafting that I really like. Okay, so now if I put my fold back in like that while it's still wet, there we go, and put that in. And I think me using an old envelope, really, kind of made it for me. So there we've got that. I'm just going to turn this over and rip that piece off like that. So then I've got there, and then I guess in due course I'll be putting something there. So now I need to do something on the front. And I'm going to leave this here. You see all of this? This is like the postmarking. I'm going to leave that. I think I'm going to let that go. Maybe I'll do a bit of stenciling over it. I'll see. So I could do that. Have the stripey there. So what did I say I need here? So I need about 4 1/4. So 4 1/4. It's just so I can just tear down the right way, the right amount. For 4 1/4. I can't tell you how old these papers are. I was looking through some stuff the other day and there it was. And I looked and look, it was 59 cents. So that tells you how old that must be for it to be 59 cents. So let's just do a little bit of ripping here. And if the truth be known, I probably should have done a bit of sponging. So let's do that on this piece. And just take it down a ways. So it's quite thin, this paper. And then if I stick that there, like that, and butt it up as close as I can. I'll just rip that off a little ways. I'll have to rip it off again in a minute. So let's see. So we can attach that. I just need to do that little corner. It's a bit exposed. Right, so again, we're gonna put some, now I think this is like a water-based, so it is making my envelope a weeny bit soft. I'll have to let that thoroughly dry before I do anything else. And maybe I need to find a solvent-based adhesive. Anyone out there knows of one? So let's just take off that spare bit. Well, I kind of messed that up a bit. Let's see why you didn't rip nicely. There, did now. And we'll just go ahead and do this. Put a little bit of ink, and I'm going to ink here. And that's looking a bit untidy up there, but you know, I am not going to freak over that, because I have a feeling that, you know, that's what it's all about, is using the junk that you've got. Right, so that's, let's do inside. This envelope is a bit on the flimsy side, so I'm hoping that it doesn't let me down when we go with it. And now I'm going to put this other piece here. So if we ink up that, and down the sides a little bit. And then I will attach it and then trim it off. I'm going to try attaching the paper to this to here. Let's make sure I don't overshoot on there. There we go. So by using this envelope and covering it, I think I've put a lot of substance onto this, to the envelope, whereas it was, now I've got a little bit here. This is a bit longer than this, but this signature, when this goes into the signature, if I have, there's that other page that I was boasting about. Okay, so if I do that, if I have it sort of like that, that's going to be in another part of the page of the book. So I don't think that's going to notice too much. So we just go ahead and get a bit more ink on there. And we're going to have to let this dry thoroughly before we do anything else to it. So I am going to just put a piece on the back. And then we call it a day. I might just take those little tag bits off. I'll decide that later. And so I've just got this last strip that this should give me the backing. Yep, I think that's going to give me some backing. So let's just tear that off. And we're just put some ink on that. So what's nearly 20 minutes. If you've managed to stick with me, I truly appreciate it. And I think that I'll probably come back with another page in my next video. So it's basically taken me 2 videos to do this page, but you know, it's a special one because we've used a window envelope and we've covered all our pieces. There. So I think that is quite junky enough for now. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I truly appreciate you choosing to spend some time with me. Go ahead, give me a thumbs up, and I will look forward to seeing you next time when I do some more pages for my junk journal journey. Bye-bye for now.